I'll just hold it for today.
Okay. All right.
There's no way we can.
Did you want to tell your funny story about Erica?
Yeah, I'll tell my funny story about Erica. So we have fabric reps that come in and show us all the new fabrics. And one day Erica was here visiting. And so she was at the table where the fabric reps are, you know, and they will show you so many collections, like just so many. And you know, there's something for everyone in fabric. And usually you just like, you know, they show you something and you may think that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But you just, you know, yeah, you look at it, it goes by, you look at it, you know. Well, Erica doesn't have the filter.
She does not.
And so he's showing fabric and she's like, oh, that is horrible. She's like, that is awful. And that's just, we're just cracking up.
And she's very expressive with her face.
Yep.
So you know what she's thinking.
Yeah.
And
so it was just funny.
And it seems like she did say, who would buy that?
Yeah. She was just like very like, that is so awful. Who would buy that?
Someone would.
But, you know, there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
So, but it was funny because sometimes I'm like, I need Erica here because I have a hard time going, no, I don't think so.
And she could say, we don't want that.
Yeah. She'd be like, yeah, no.
So she said nobody heard what I said. So
okay.
Should we try this one more time?
Yeah.
I'll try to be quick about it.
That's
no,
okay.
It's good.
We're good.
So, and you know, my phone rang. Oh, now Nicole is texting me to let me know that everything's okay. So thanks, girls, everyone. so okay, so we have this book, The Snowball is what it's called. And I bought it for Erica so that she could do some little cross stitches because she's finishing up her nurse practitioner program and wanted to do something for the ladies that she's been working with. So she got started and she finished this one, this Let It Snow. And she's kind of got her cumulative exam going this week and she's just a little stressed. So she's like, Mom, could you please help? So I started this one. She has her cute little needle minder that Sandy has told me that she's ordered more of those in if you're interested. So I started that one for her and she's going to give those to the ladies. And I bought a couple of little fat quarters. I'm thinking we might frame them. If you don't know how to finish these and you're interested, Sandy does have a tutorial on YouTube. If you go to Sandra Workman Designs, you will see that tutorial and you'll know how she finishes with the fabric and she does a little padding and stuff. So it's a great tutorial. So, but I was just saying when she started texting me, and I bet I got a phone call too, so I'm betting she was calling too, that when I got this from her, she handed me this little box because this is how she stores her floss. And I opened it and I went, okay, there's a lot of colors in there that I don't think are all in here. And she's like, oh, there's about 3 projects in there, but you'll be able to find what you want. It'll be fine. So hers isn't completely organized, but I was saying before she told me that we couldn't hear is she did give me scissors.
Yes, and I was saying
that
I have sat down in my chair at home on the sofa and been stitching and had all my stuff together, but no scissors.
Yeah.
But my husband's in the chair next and I'll be like, hey, I need your pocket knife.
Give me your little...
Because I'm all set up on my desk with my lamp and I don't want to stand up to go get my scissors. So I like to have little embroidery scissors all over.
Yeah, and I did order me a little desk kind of like what you have because I thought that was a great idea. So what we were showing too, and I just pulled this off of the top of this. We have these little stands and I think that this is what we're going to finish and put them on. These are not very big little patterns. So we have all these little shapes and, you know, we also have like a star and there's like leaves and acorns and there's different, I think there's a heart. And
there is a heart,
and a spool on this taller one, but they just stand and I love it when I get something and the project's just complete. So I probably will kind of decide and pick a couple of these and I think that's what we're going to do with them.
For so many years, I thought that cross stitch, you frame it. You got a cross stitch, you frame it, and you display it. And I love how now there's so many different.
Put them on anything.
Yeah. So many different ways to display them.
Yeah.
And especially because professional framing can be
pricey.
Yeah. Sometimes, and sometimes it's a project that you love it, but you don't want to.
You don't want that much.
Right.
To do that much.
I don't want to pay $100 to have a little thing framed.
Right.
But I love the new display ideas.
And interesting thing, we have a guy here that frames in the village, and I took something over to have him frame it, and it was really small. And he said he's not a good deal for small things because he says the bigger you go, it's almost the cheaper you get because it's
Because there's a minimum
Right.
price to have it stretched, have it, you know,
Right.
all of
So he
that.
was really nice and said, you know, and told me this project is worth it for me to frame. This is not. So
Yeah.
that, I did like that. So anyway, so what I was telling before we got the sound on is that I'm kind of in backlog. I'm in binding backlog right now, trying to get things bound and complete. So I was kind of tired of binding, and I just had kind of had some busy days, and I just sometimes cutting things can be a little therapeutic. So I keep all my stuff in little boxes like this, and then they're just ready to go. I keep the pattern in there, and everything's ready to go. So a few weeks ago, Shelly talked about a pattern that we'd all bought and wanted to do in the store, and I think it was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, because it was before COVID.
It was
and we
before
were gonna
COVID.
start-
So Kathy and I bought a fat quarter bundle, and we were going to share it because I think he just needed fat eighths. And so I got olive, and this is let's see, it's Winterberry is the fabric. I try to keep stuff because I forget what things are called. So I'm like,
Oh, how smart.
I brought this. So Winterberry by My Mind's Eye. It's a Riley Blake line, an old Riley Blake line. And this is a Kate Spain pattern. And it's called Marion Bright. And so this is what we are going to hopefully eventually do. So since Kathy and I shared a fat quarter, I just took it all home. I told Kathy I just cut it.
And somehow, Kathy has acquired some cutting friends because you're not the first person to cut a quilt for her.
No. And when I told Kathy, I said, just let me take it home. It's not a big deal. And Sandy's like, you are an enabler. Quit enabling my sister. Make her cut her own stuff. And Kathy told her to be quiet. So anyway, so it's cute. So I got it all. I got everything cut, but I kept saying in the last video that we didn't have backing. I meant background. Kathy and I didn't have background. And so we went to get background fabric, but we didn't have the right color. So I've got to go over and see if we've got that. But it's a really cute line. But we have a lot more than we need, but I just kind of cut it all, and I thought that way we could play with it. So this is like the bows on the wreaths, and so I thought, oh, we'll just kind of play with it and see what we want to do. This is the bows kind of on the garland.
It's hard to believe that this little bin of cutting,
Can do
along
that.
with your background, is
Right.
going to do this.
Right.
But that's fun.
Yeah. It's really cute. And then I had a whoops because I'm kind of weird with directional fabric. I want things to be right.
Yeah.
And I've experimented, so I knew which way to do the directional fabric, and then I piled the rest of my directional fabric, and my girls came in and I started cutting, and I went, oh no, that's the wrong way. So I had to look on Etsy, and I did find 2 of the fabrics,
that
and
you
I got it in, so that now it is the right way. But then in the meantime, Kathy and I were kind of going through the store trying to decide about the directional fabric, and we found this piece, which is not.
Oh, it goes good with it.
Yeah, and we really liked it, so we decided to toss that in, and then I like to be able to lay things out and play with it. So, and Kathy she just always agrees. She's like, oh yeah, that's good. Yep, that's good. I'm like, she's not going to complain because I'm cutting it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's no complaining when someone else is
Whatever
doing
you
it.
want to do, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I know. So hopefully in times to come, I'll have some of this together, and then you can see what happens. So, okay, this is, I kind of like was following Kathy around the store, and she bought a layer cake for Red Barn Christmas. And so, you know, of course I had to copy Kathy. So I thought, I'm going to buy one of those, but what do I want to do? So I'm going to decided to
That's
do
a cute
this.
quilt too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thimble blossom called A Piece of Cake.
And it's an older one, but it's a good quilt.
It's an
pattern.
older one, yeah. But and the one thing that I liked about it is because there's so many light fabrics in this piece, I didn't want to have a background piece. I
Right.
didn't want a white or anything. I wanted just to be able to focus on the prints
Right.
of
Yeah.
this. So I've got it all cut out.
So you've got it cut and ready to
So, okay, this is what I did too, because there's a lot of directional in here. So I cut some of them this way. So so some of them I cut that way, and then this is my other,
Your
divided in
strap.
half. Yeah, goes this way. So that
Smart.
way
When you
I
go
would have a
putting-
good
yeah,
variety, and then these can go
either way.
either way. Yeah. And then I bought this. This is going to be this is the inner border. We did not have this.
We sold out of that.
We sold out, and that's what kind of panicked me is this fabric was going fast.
Yeah.
I think we do still have a couple of layer cakes left, but it was going fast. So I ordered this on Etsy, and I ordered 2 yards, and it said I had a refund, and so I'm like, oh, she only had 1 yard, so I ordered another yard, and then it came and I had 2 yards. She was refunding me some of the shipping.
Oh.
So now I'm gonna have a lot of this. So Kathy, if you need
Well, as
some
I
of
said,
this.
Robin told me yesterday what pattern you were going to do, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, well, you should have sent it home. I would have
So
cut it for
I
you.
guess- No.
I guess I'll send it home with you
No.
today.
Yeah,
No, it ain't
and I
good
can
enough.
just pick out and
You
put them
can cut it
together.
the way you do.
Yeah, I can do just exactly the same thing.
Too
So,
funny.
so I think this one is going to be a quick one to
Yeah,
whip
that
up. So
one.
I probably will do this because it's just going to be fast and
Yeah.
I don't have to lay it out. And
You know, and so I had thought about, well, like sewing in December for Christmas projects. Christmas is already here, you know.
Right.
But then I was reading, but that's the time you want to work on Christmas because
Right.
it's Christmas.
And you put the Christmas music on.
Yeah, and I
You just
diary
have
of
it ready for next year.
yeah diary
Right.
of a quilter. Amy Smart, she was
Mhm.
posting yesterday that she's working on her Christmas projects that she loves to sew for Christmas in
Yeah.
December. And I'm like,
I
we
think
don't have to
that's
worry about
No,
did we get
and-
it done. It's just
And it won't
Enjoy
be done.
it.
It will be. But
Yeah.
so guess what happened though? I was decorating for Christmas, and I thought I'm going to pull out my Christmas quilts. I had one.
oh, I have lots of Christmas.
I had one, and I'm like, why don't I not have more Christmas quilts? And so I have like 5 sitting in my closet.
In your bins.
And I'm like, so that's why I thought I'm just gonna sew them, and even if I don't get them this year,
Yep.
next year my house is just gonna be all quilted out.
Yep, that's right.
It'll be great.
Good deal.
So just one other one that I have kind of pulled together. I need a new quilt for my bed. You know, I have my Christmas
I
one.
was gonna say you've got your Christmas.
But now I've got to have, just an everyday one. My mother-in-law made me one when we moved into our house, which has been like 17 years ago. And my mother-in-law does everything by hand.
Mm-hmm.
So she quilts by hand. It's this beautiful applique quilt. Well, it is just wearing out. It just makes me feel so bad because it's kind of like
yeah.
torn in places. And so I just want to wrap it up and put it away. So I thought I need something that we can just, I can just put on my bed. So I love this book. It's called Playful Pre-Cuts. This is by Amanda Niederhauser, who is Jedi Craft Girl.
That's right. Yeah.
And
And is this a newer book?
yeah, I
think
haven't had it for too
I
long.
think it came out.
I thought we had it in the store at one time, didn't
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a.
we? Yeah, but it's got some great quilts in it. I mean, really great
out
quilts
like
in
a
it.
mid-year
And
maybe.
yeah, I'm thinking that there are several in here that I'm going to make. In fact, there's one in here I might just do for like a Halloween quilt for my bed. My husband's going to think I'm crazy, but
That's
it's
all right.
okay.
That's all right.
But so these were not queen size, so I had to kind of do some little calculations, but this is the one, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be this little basket quilt. And this quilt has a lot of partial seams. And I've done those
Oh,
before, but
okay.
I kind of like those because I
Do ya?
like the
Yeah.
look because of what happens. So when I get this, and this is going to take a while, but it was a smaller quilt, so I did have to. And it was funny because I brought the book in. It's funny, I depend a lot on Kathy. I'm like, Kathy, these are the two I'm trying to decide between, and she picked this one, so I went with it. So the fabric I chose to do because my husband's not really big into florals, and so I have to be really careful. And I've got it all cut.
Of course you do.
But it's easier to look on these. So this is a Christopher Thompson
Thompson
line,
line, yeah.
blue stitch, and there are some florals in it, but
But not.
it's not
yeah.
in your face
Yeah.
floral. So anyway, and I picked
And it's got those chambray.
that I
Chambrays.
love.
Yeah.
Just some really
The
fun.
chambray is
So
really nice.
I'm kind of doing the blue and the
Gray,
gray and the
yeah.
navy. And when we first built our house, I did a little accent wall, a blue accent wall in our bedroom. And that's what my mother-in-law kind of based her quilt off of. And then when I painted my house, I just had him paint over it because my husband just kept calling it the accident wall.
The
So,
accident wall
I'm like,
instead of the accent.
Yeah, so it was like, okay, I
Yeah.
give up. So anyway, so I'm going to try to get this done, and then it'll just be something
nice.
that's, just kind of on my quilt. And now Nicole's texting me, Dad is too picky.
I like that. The
know.
girls are watching.
The girls are watching.
They're chiming in.
Yeah,
Love
so, and I haven't cut the white, so, and Kathy does have a bucket just like this at my house with her half of the one in. Yeah.
You're going to
so-
need to provide your own buckets if people are
She
going to
can,
cut.
no, she can have that bucket. It's my gift to her. I want to keep enabling Kathy.
There you go.
We love Kathy.
Yes, we love Kathy.
So there you go. So tune in weeks to come to see how I'm
See
doing.
Shannon's what falls out of Shannon's closet.
I know. That's
Okay.
true.
Well, I haven't done much because I've been away at soccer tournament in Arizona, and then we just got back from Disneyland.
Yes, the
Darn
happiest
it.
place on
Yeah,
earth.
so I haven't really done much, but I did do a couple stitching out of the same
book.
Yeah.
book. This little
So cute.
Love that little
Real.
house.
Did you choose the colors?
No,
Oh.
no, the ones
No,
that were
they're the
called
ones that are
for.
in the book, and then this
Winter Wonderland.
Oh.
So cute. Like I
Really,
just
really cute.
And I think with these two, we're probably gonna finish them up
little
in,
bow filler.
so we can put them
Yeah.
in the bowl, probably with
Those are cute.
with your tree and
Yeah, some
and
pom-poms.
the pom-poms
Yeah,
and stuff. So
we got to get those
that's
finished.
yeah,
Which is
so
nice.
we need
Another
to
way
finish
not
those
to have
two.
to take it to the.
The framer.
Framer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sit on your coffee table or on your.
But since I just I give these to Sandy, so
And
her
she
to
finished
finish.
them. Yeah.
So she finishes my stuff.
Yeah, let's
Cut for
see.
me.
She has two enabler.
I just was like, yeah, that's true. But
So that
unfortunately
really
for
is an enabler
Kathy,
too, but,
unfortunately
you
for
know.
Kathy, I have a stack of her beautiful finished cross stitch, waiting for me to do the finishing on it. So.
But we will
Well,
get those finished.
we
And
will.
I love it because when I come in and we get like a new book, like when we got that book, I came in and Kathy's like, "Come over here, you gotta
over
see
here.
this book.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna need this." So I think she and I we bought a lot of the same stuff.
Things, yeah.
Yeah.
we do.
So I didn't do a
fun.
lot. Like she said, we were at, Disneyland and running the store and all that. So, but I have had a lot of questions, surprisingly. Get my rope of glue off. I've had this on a display in the store. And we've had so many people asking how I did that. So I thought I'd show you real quick what I did. So you can buy these paper mache cones at the craft stores, Hobby Lobby or whatever, but you can also make them just out of poster board.
Oh,
My sister one year, Carrie, for us, did 3 different sizes out of poster board. Okay, she made her cones, and then she covered them. She'd gone to DI and got which is a thrift store, and got sweaters and different things. And then she covered them in these sweaters, so they were knit. They were so cool. We have these
That's
trees.
really cute.
So this yarn is what I used. A lot of people think that I used the little loopy yarn, but that's not what I used. So I'm going to show you.
Do we have this in the store?
No, this I just got it. I don't know, Michael's or
Something.
Joann's or something. You can just get these. Yeah, just a thick yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I started at the base here. I just do one single along the bottom. Just one row. Okay. Now my next row, I'm going to come up and I put a glob of glue and I make a little loop.
Oh,
Okay. And then I just continue on
Continue all the way around.
gluing
Loops.
loop, loop.
cute.
You don't want to do a loop every row because you'll end up with kind of a crazy looking
It'll be
thing.
way.
It'll be big,
Yeah,
fluffy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to just do one round here and I'll show you. So I'm just making a loop. So, I mean, obviously, kind of an easy, quick project.
She always says that because it's really quick for her.
It is really, this is really quick.
Everything is quick.
Everything is quick for her.
My mom gives me a bad time because
Everything is.
I'm always kind of speedy on.
When you're,
What we do,
you're a good
but-
visualizer.
Okay, so then once you get your final loop, okay, so there's my first row of loops. Now I'm just going to take, and again, I'm just going to go straight around,
Oh,
okay, and do a row. I think I did 2, didn't I,
Two on
Kath?
this,
Yeah.
but is this one bigger?
So this
Yeah.
one that I did here, this is a large cone. And this one here is the medium size. So I do 2 single rounds.
I think she lost her glue, Kathy.
Oh, my glue. Let's see if I can get it to Get that hot. Stick it on there. Okay, you hold my glue so it doesn't fall off.
Like that?
Yeah, like that. It needs to be, once it gets in there, it'll be, okay. So now I've got 2 rows of just the yarn. Okay. And then I start and do another row of loops. So you'll see it just kind of,
So then they kind of lay just over.
yeah,
the
then they
top,
just
and then
overlap each
it doesn't
other.
go straight out. And
Yeah, otherwise if you do them one row after another,
Then
your
they're
loops
like-
are going to be like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
They're going to be just fluffy. You want them to lay
Doesn't
down.
look tree-like that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you just continue on, do another row with the loops, and then you do 2 just straight. And then that's how you end up with this tree. So they
You
can
are
see
so
you've got 2
creative.
rows here of just straight wrap, a row of loop,
Cute.
2 rows of straight wrap. So, and then they just kind of fall down. You could do them any color of yarn, you know.
And it's just looks like a frosted tree.
And it does. So that's my quick little Christmas project. And I've
Does
done
this come in
one-
other colors?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Any color of yarn. Yeah. And I've done one where I just, because I did some that were a collection of different yarns and stuff. And I've done one where I just wrapped the whole thing
Oh.
like this
Mm-hmm.
to give it a different, you know,
Still looks like a frosted tree.
yeah, but just a different look to it. So this is just a real quick
Real cute.
project. And easy to make the cones with just poster board. You can get that at the dollar store. you know.
Right.
Because the mache cones are a little bit more pricey.
But yeah, but if you were quick and in a hurry, you don't want to make
Yeah.
them, you can do it.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
So Erica, if you're still watching, this fits your aesthetic. She always is telling me, this is my aesthetic. So there you go. Maybe when you're done with your tests and stuff, we
Then she
should
could
make
yeah,
some of those.
make some of these. So super easy project. So
Really
now people
cute.
can know how we did this in our display.
And it's interesting because whenever you do that, you just do something quick for display, and then that's what people are interested in.
Yeah.
Always
You're like,
happens that
well,
way.
that's a silly little thing, but yeah, here's
Yeah.
how I do it. So.
I've been here in the summer where she's like, oh, we need some different pillows out on our front bench. She doesn't even measure anything.
Oh no.
She just kind of grabs and grabs some fat quarters and cuts it and throws it
Yep.
together. And like, I mean, it takes you like 2 minutes. It would take me
Well,
an hour.
We have a chair over there that I was like, okay, that cushion doesn't match our autumn display. So I'm like, I need 3/4 yard cut off that. And we're
Yeah.
just tucking it around,
Yeah.
and pinning it. And there, that's
You
covered.
should like hire yourselves out to just go and do people's houses.
I know.
I
barely have time to get my
you
own
do
house.
not have time.
but anyway, but yeah, we just spent what 4 days in the happiest place on earth with 30 of our
So fun.
34. Was there 34 of us? 34 of my family members.
Oh, fun.
All my sisters except for Holly, because Holly's family left this morning for a cruise.
Oh.
So we're all like she was having FOMO, fear of missing
Yeah.
out with the
Yeah.
sisters, and now all of us can have FOMO with her and her family on the cruise. Yeah. So today we are having a fun thing in the store for the employees. So I am closing the store today at 4 o'clock. So we are open today, Tuesday, until 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, we are closing the store and we are bringing tables down here onto the main floor, and we are having what I'm calling a celebration,
Yes.
our employee Christmas celebration. So we will be sewing together and having dinner and exchanging project bags. So maybe next week we'll show we're making these project bags and we'll be doing a little swap, and so we go home with something different and sewing together. And so we'll show next week. Maybe Emerald will come in tonight and film some
Yeah.
of our employee celebration.
I hope she passes over me because I'm really nervous. Because
I
there's a
know.
zipper in this project bag.
There's a zipper.
I do not do zippers.
And
And
done a
Anna
zipper,
is
so-
teaching us these project bags.
Anna's going to show us because she's
And
made so many
She
of these.
assures me that it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, but I
So
don't know.
once she teaches us all and we're confident we can do it, I think we're going to do that for one of our tutorials. So then
Oh.
we'll sew one on film and people can sew along with us. So that's our employee Christmas party. Just getting together tonight and having dinner
And we do have a
and
good
sewing
time
together.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be fun.
Good time together.
So come in before 4 o'clock, or then tomorrow we resume our normal hours. But
Two things I want
Yes.
to add on. So there are people who ask about typography clubs.
Okay.
Are you planning on doing it next year?
So yes, I am planning on doing another club next year, another cross stitch club. This year, or for next year, for 2022, right? 22. Oh, I can't believe we're right there. I'll be doing it a little different because I want you to be able to stitch it and display it for that month. So we are going to be starting this. We'll start signups. We'll announce the signups next week. So watch for next week when we announce the sign up and the registration process. We will be shipping the first part of January. It will be a February project. So in January, you will be stitching February. So you'll be able to stitch it, have it done, display it. It will not be on the clipboard this year. Do we have one of those stands? Kath, you want to go grab a stand? I don't think we have it over there anymore because we've sold out. But we bought up every one of the stands
We did.
that Riley Blake had in stock. We were like, we want them all. So just send them to us.
And we have a lot of boxes.
We have a lot of boxes sitting around. But we are limited to the number that can sign up because of the stand we're going to be using. So this is what our project will display on this year.
So cute. Love the star.
Yeah. And I actually am excited about February. I've shown Kathy a little, I'm still tweaking it. I will have it done and stitched for next week to show you. But so it'll be a project finished similar to how we did our clipboard ones, where it'll be on a board and with some fun fabrics around it and such. And then it'll just clip on here. They'll have, so your first month will have a stand and your February project, and that will ship in January. And then after that, it'll just be the project. You'll only have the stand that you get on that first month. So.
And are you going to do ribbon, or have you decided yet?
I haven't decided yet what we're going to do.
You are kind of a.
We'll have to
"Oh, I
wait till
think I like
it's
this."
stitched and
Yeah,
put
and she
together,
can
and then we'll
decide.
decide what
I'm
we're
kind of a
gonna.
last minute girl.
Well,
as
you're,
you all know.
you're kind of a, oh, this needs a little something, something.
Yeah. So I won't know until I get it on there. Does it need a ribbon? Does it need it not?
Do what, yeah.
They're so it's not going to be in the style of typography. They are going to be a year on the hill. So it's going to be called a year on the hill. So there's a little hill that you stitch that has something standing on the hill each month of the year. So
But you stitch the hill every month.
every month
Every
there's
month.
the hill, and in the hill it has, in the grass kind of cut out, is the month, the name of the month. So I'll have Pat and Kathy helping me with the stitching on those, and that'll be fun. So
Yeah.
we've had a lot of people asking, so we will be doing another project. Watch next week for the release of that. So
Okay.
and those will be available. The kits, they will have to register for the club for the entire year to get the kits, like I did this year. And we'll have the number that we have stands for, and after that, that will close the club. So
Right.
just watch for that.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Did you want
The
to talk
quilt.
about this quilt behind us?
Oh, this quilt behind us.
Yeah.
So this is out of an art gallery fabric collection. And we just love this kit. Shannon, can you grab one? There's one right, where is it? There's
There.
some kits. A few of these Christmas quilt kits ready. The thing I love about this too is it's very winter looking to me. It doesn't, you could leave it up into January because it's very winter looking. And this one is called Joy to the World. And the pattern is by Art Gallery Fabrics, and that's what the collection is. And if you haven't sewn with Art Gallery Fabrics, they're yummy.
They are really nice.
Yummy to work with. So that's the quilt we have hanging behind us. Anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So today.
We hope you all have a great week, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Table Talk.
Thank you.